Pakistan's foreign minister made his first trip to Kabul since the Taliban takeover. Shah Mahmood Qureshi met with the Taliban's acting Prime Minister Mullah Hasan Akhund and Deputy PM Abdul Salam Hanafi. Now, upon arrival at the Kabul International Airport, he was welcomed by Afghanistan's acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi. WION's Anas Mallick has been closely tracking Qureshi's visit. Talks between the Pakistan and Afghan delegation continued for hours and even flowed onto the lunch table. Speaking outside the Afghan presidential palace post the meeting, Qureshi said the two sides held detailed talks on cross-border movement and trade, and that a Taliban delegation would visit Islamabad in the coming days to finalize the resolution of issues.
काबुल में हूँ और प्रेसिडेंशियल पैलेस में हूँ वज़ीर ख़ारजा के साथ अभी एक तफसीली नशिस्त हुई है.
Our talks were very successful. We held discussions on all our issues. We discussed the refugee crisis and how to solve the border issue in the coming days. We will continue discussing these issues. In the next few days, a Taliban delegation will also visit Islamabad.
मेरी मुलाकात भी हुई और तबादला ख्याल भी हुआ.
We discussed bilateral trade, visa issues, education, scholarships, regional stability in the meeting. Due to our economic condition, we want international powers to recognize us and need their help in running our economic affairs. Economically, Afghanistan is facing a lot of challenges. We want and request the world to help us.
The visit comes after long-standing problems at the Shaman border crossing. The crossing has been closed for more than 2 weeks now, causing trouble for scores of truckers and exporters. The meet focused on the opening of border crossing points under COVID protocols. The Foreign Office said Pakistan has constantly provided humanitarian aid to Afghan people. The visit also looked at strengthening economic relations as well. This is not the first time Pakistani officials have visited Kabul. Remember, Pakistan's ISI chief, Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid, had earlier visited Kabul and met with the Taliban leadership. This was when the Taliban interim government was yet to be announced. This visit comes just as 10 countries, including India, China, Pakistan, and other Central Asian partners, participated in the Moscow format talks. Now, we are being joined by our correspondent, Anas Mallick, for more on this. Good evening to you, Anas. What is the importance of the Pakistan foreign minister meeting with the Taliban leadership, and what are some of the main topics in this meeting that were discussed?
Well, Alison, in the absence of a formal recognition by the Pakistani side of the Taliban government, this meeting is all what is significant, as you would say it, as one would term it, for the fact that a Pakistani foreign minister becomes the third foreign minister to visit Afghanistan following the fall of Kabul. Before that, we saw the Qatari foreign minister and Uzbek foreign minister visiting. But again, as I said, in the absence, engaging with the Taliban, such a high-level delegation coming in is all of more significance. Now, on to the second part of your question on what was on the agenda of the talks. Well, it was border management, it was refugee crisis, education, economic crisis, because Afghanistan is battling with a dire economic crisis at this point of time. So, the Afghan side pledged the international community through Pakistan that they would want their assets to be unfrozen so that their economy can continue to function as per normalcy and not in this like how it is currently. Now I spoke to the Pakistani foreign minister and the Afghan foreign minister, Afghan Taliban foreign minister Amir Khan Muttaqi, after their meetings in an exclusive conversation with WION. Both said that they have agreed to send a delegation to Islamabad very soon to iron out issues with regards to visa, with regards to terrorism, because there are concerns on the Pakistani side that terror is still emanating from Afghan soil and that anti-Pakistan elements are using Afghan soil to carry out their attacks. It was a very interesting composition of the Pakistani delegation. It was led by the Pakistani Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. It had Pakistan's Spy Chief Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid, Foreign Secretary Sohail Mahmood, the Secretary of Commerce Saleh Faruqi, then the Chairman of the Database Authority, National Database Authority, Nadra. Then we saw the Chairman of the PIA, Pakistan International Airlines as well, and other senior officials. So very significant visit aimed at ironing out issues, aimed at deepening the cooperation regardless of whosoever is there in power. But one thing that remains, that engagement does not equate to recognition. Alison?
Right, and Asa, we have been seeing deeper engagements between Pakistan and the Taliban ever since their takeover of Kabul. Now, the acting foreign minister of the Taliban has also said that they'll be meeting next in Islamabad. What sort of issues can we expect to be taken up then?
Well, we're expecting this visit to take place very soon, in some weeks from now. This is what the sources on both sides have been telling me, that in just some weeks from now, we will be seeing this visit happening of the Taliban delegation or the interim Afghan government visiting Afghanistan, visiting Islamabad very soon. That is one thing. Again, on the agenda of the Islamabad leg of this visit would be completion of what is left here, because there were 4 meetings that were scheduled to be held between different delegations, but due to paucity of times, only one meeting was held where all other stakeholders were present. From the Pakistani side, I already mentioned you the delegation, but from the Afghan side, I saw Siraj Haqqani, who was there. I saw Mullah Yaqub, the son of Mullah Umar, who is also the defense minister. He was there. Their commerce and trade minister, the Taliban's commerce and trade minister, he was there. Justice minister was there. Finance minister was there. And all were there under the chairmanship or chair of the Afghan interim Prime Minister Mullah Hasan Akhund. So on one end, Mullah Hasan Akhund was at the head of the table. One side was the Pakistani delegation. At the head of it, the Pakistani foreign minister, and then the order of precedence. And then on the other end, right in front, was Abdul Salam Hanafi, the deputy prime minister. But at the head of the table was the Afghan interim Prime Minister Mullah Hasan Akhund. Alison?
Anas, thank you very much for bringing us all the latest details and that full report.